She hadn't planned on going out that night. In fact, the last thing she wanted was to be surrounded by noise, strangers, and fake smiles. But after another long day buried in endless board meetings and decisions that affected thousands of employees, Emily just wanted to feel normal. So she sat at the corner of a cozy downtown restaurant, her hair down for once, her phone face down on the table, pretending to scroll through a menu she wasn't really reading. That's when she noticed him, the man at the next table, leaning too close, his smile too confident, his tone too familiar. At first, she brushed it off politely. But then came the persistence, the questions, the comments, the way he kept blocking her attempts to leave. Her pulse quickened, the air around her felt heavier. And that's when a deep voice interrupted, calm but firm. "Hey, sorry I'm late," the stranger said, walking straight toward her. Emily froze. The man's tone shifted instantly from smooth to startled. The newcomer, tall, rugged, with tired eyes and a baby seat slung over one arm, placed his free hand on her chair and gave a quick, reassuring glance that said, "Play along." "Oh, thank God," Emily said, catching on. Traffic was terrible. The pestering man hesitated, muttered something under his breath, and backed off. Just like that, the spell of discomfort shattered. When the stranger sat down, Emily exhaled a breath she didn't realize she'd been holding. "You okay?" he asked, voice low and gentle. She nodded, managing a shaky smile. "Yeah. Thank you. I didn't know what else to do." He smiled, not the kind that demanded attention, but the kind that quietly understood. "You don't have to thank me. No one should have to deal with that alone." His name was Daniel. A single dad. He'd come to grab takeout after putting his daughter, Lily, to bed at a friend's house. His shirt sleeves were rolled up, a faint smudge of paint on his forearm. "I'm a mechanic," he said when she asked what he did, "and an amateur superhero on weekends, apparently." Emily laughed, genuinely, for the first time in weeks. Something about his presence felt grounding, real. They talked for hours, long after the restaurant emptied. She didn't tell him she was the CEO of one of the country's fastest growing tech firms. She just wanted, for one night, to be seen as a person, not a boss, not a brand, just Emily. By the time they said goodbye, the city was asleep. He offered to walk her to her car, and when they reached it, he hesitated. "I'm sorry if I overstepped," he said. "I didn't want to make things weird." "You didn't," she said softly. "You made it better." And for a moment, both of them stood there, strangers connected by a single act of kindness neither could quite explain. But fate wasn't done with them yet. The next morning, Daniel walked into the office of a major auto tech company, hoping to finalize a contract that could change his small garage's future. His company, a modest repair shop in the suburbs, had developed a prototype for an affordable electric engine modification. It was his dream, something he'd been working on at night after Lily fell asleep. He sat nervously in the waiting area, hands fidgeting, wondering if the CEO would even give him 5 minutes. Then the door opened. "Mr. Brooks," a secretary said, smiling. "The CEO will see you now." Daniel stood, straightened his jacket, and walked in, and froze. Sitting behind the sleek glass desk was Emily, the same Emily. Her hair was pinned up now, her expression calm and commanding, a completely different person from the woman he'd rescued the night before. For a heartbeat, neither of them spoke. "Miss CEO," he stammered, eyes wide. She bit back a smile. "Emily works just fine." He rubbed the back of his neck, embarrassed. "Wow, I didn't expect this. I thought you said you were in marketing or something." "I said I worked in tech," she teased. The air softened. But beneath it, something unspoken pulsed: admiration, respect, and maybe something deeper. Emily reviewed his proposal personally. And as she read, she saw something she rarely found in the corporate world anymore: sincerity. His design wasn't polished, but it was clever, efficient, and built with heart. "This could actually make a difference," she said quietly, looking up at him. Daniel's eyes met hers. "That's the goal. I want my daughter to grow up breathing cleaner air. I just need someone to believe in it." The words hit her harder than she expected. For years, Emily had been surrounded by people chasing profit, not purpose. But this man, this single dad covered in grease and humility, reminded her of what she'd lost sight of. Over the next few weeks, they worked closely. Late nights turned into shared coffees, quiet talks, and moments that felt heavier than they should, but success came with its shadows. When word spread that the CEO was partnering personally with a small-town mechanic, the board questioned her judgment. Rumors flew. Daniel, too, began feeling the pressure. He hated the whispers that he'd gotten lucky because of connections. One night, he confronted her. Maybe I should back out. I don't want you risking your reputation because of me. Emily's eyes glistened. You think I care about my reputation more than doing what's right? He hesitated. You're a CEO. You've got a whole world watching you. And you're a father trying to make the world better for your daughter, she said, voice trembling. That's the kind of person I want the world to see me stand beside. Silence fell between them. Then, slowly, Daniel smiled. In the months that followed, their joint project succeeded beyond expectation. His garage became a partner division, his invention received national attention. Emily's company gained not just profit, but purpose, but what mattered most wasn't in the headlines. It was in the quiet moments, when Lily visited Emily's office, clutching her small backpack, calling her Aunt Em. It was in the laughter that filled places once ruled by stress. One evening, as they stood on the rooftop of the company's building, watching the city lights blink beneath them, Daniel turned to her. You know, he said, when I saw that guy bothering you, I didn't think I was saving a CEO. Emily smiled. And I didn't think I was meeting the person who'd remind me what real strength looks like. He chuckled softly. Guess we both got lucky. Not lucky, she said, her hand brushing his. Just exactly where we were meant to be. The world saw a headline about innovation and leadership. But what they didn't see, what mattered most, was that two strangers who met by chance ended up rebuilding not just engines and companies, but themselves, because sometimes, the person who rescues you from a bad moment ends up rescuing you from a lonely life too.